Alright, gang, welcome back to our Can You Survive 25 challenge here on Zielonka. It is June, and you might be saying to yourself, wait a minute, Z, last month was not May. Why are we in June? You're right, last month was not May. The last episode we did, rather, was not in May. There wasn't really anything for us to do. All the fields were kind of in a growing status. There wasn't anything for us to buy. There really wasn't anything for us to do. The only thing for us to do was to do the typical maintenance stuff, you know, moving, you know, the fertilizer around, etc., etc. Other than that, there really was nothing for us to do at all. So, because of that reason, I decided just to not do a recording or an episode in May and just jump to June. Now, to be fair, there's not a ton to do in June either. If you look at the map here, there's not a whole lot of fields that are available or ready for anything to happen. 86 down here is ready. It is not a crop that we are specifically doing for Farm 2, but we can go ahead and buy this field, harvest it, and sell it outright, and then we'll have another field here, and we'll literally have all 4 of these fields in this region here, which will be nice to have. So I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to buy that one first and foremost. So it's 85,000. It's not cheap, but we'll go ahead and buy that. There are some other canola fields to consider. I've talked about these in the past. They are not in the best of shape. Well, actually, this one's actually in a decent shape, so maybe we should buy this one. This one looks to be okay. But this one, I think it needs herbicide. Yeah, it needs herbicide. We don't really have a herbicide sprayer, so I don't think I really want to buy or do anything with that one right now. I think I will just wait and hope that when it's ready to harvest, whoever owns it will have put herbicide down and it'll be in a better spot. This one seems to be in a better spot, so we're going to go ahead and buy this one now. And then, as we do always, before I forget, let's go ahead and buy the soil information for both of these, because I will forget. I don't know if I actually selected the right thing there or not. I feel like I didn't. Okay, so we've got those. That's all taken care of. We have our small little field up here, too. We can't forget about that little guy. But everything else is in okay shape. We're just kind of in a waiting stage right now, though. There's not really a whole lot else for us to do but do the waiting. Let me just verify 70 is in good shape. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I mean, it's as good as it can be in the current situation that it's in. So, okay. So we've got those 2 fields. We got to harvest 86. So let's jump into our harvester and let's head on over there. $209,000 in the bank account, which is a nice thing to have. We do need to buy some... Well, I don't know for sure. We might actually have some still in the tank. But for Farm 1, we probably need to consider or potentially buy fertilizer or seeds, etc. for some of our productions over there. We'll take a look at that a little bit later on. But we're going to get this harvest going first and foremost. So most of these seem to be okay. I mean, we won't top them off, but they seem to be okay on liquid fertilizer. This one, yeah, the seeds are almost completely gone, which is what I thought. So we're going to need to buy some seeds for the wood production. The coffee output is out of liquid fertilizer, so we need to get some of that over there as well, so that's not a good thing. But otherwise, we're looking like it's an okay spot for the most part. Everything else seems to be going well. So we'll take care of that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull off to the side here. I'm going to go ahead and move to Farm 1 really quick, just because I don't want to have that greenhouse sitting there without any fertilizer in it at all and just wasting money. So we're going to go ahead and dump some of that in here. Might take all of this. I think it only holds 2,000, I think. But anyway, we're going to dump some of this in here. Yeah, that's what I thought. It only holds 2,000. But anyway, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. Might end up putting down another greenhouse potentially here on Farm 1 today. We've got a little bit of money to spend. Not a ton of money, but a little bit of money to spend, so we will see. All right. I guess I might as well go ahead and just buy some liquid fertilizer. We're already doing it. There's no reason to come back and do it again at this point. I was going to do this after the harvest, but, you know, since that one was completely out, we might as well go ahead and do so, right? I'm not going to buy a ton. I'll probably buy 20,000 liters or so, which is a lot, but it's not that much for how many greenhouses we have. There should, in theory, be a little bit left over here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I could be wrong on this. I might have just lied to everyone. No, we're good. We're good. There's a little bit left. That's perfect. I don't want to put any liquid fertilizer in the wood production. We're kind of going solid fertilizer on that. It is cheaper. It's not a huge difference, but it is cheaper, so. Now, eventually, probably once we've got a lot going on and we're even more, I mean, we're pretty solidified now, but we're even more solidified, we'll probably make that change and start doing liquid fertilizer in there as well and just kind of increase the output, if you will. Still want to buy this field right here to our right and then put in a track through here. Might knock down a few of these trees in the process just to make it a little bit easier, but put a track in here so, I mean, I'm just forcing my own way through the trees here, but instead of actually following the road itself and going all the way to the top and coming all the way back down, just put a bit of a track through there. Make it easier for ourselves, right? Now, I don't have... Oh, I don't even have the right header on. Whoops. Okay, that's embarrassing. Okay, you didn't see anything. We're back. I don't know what you're talking about. I had the right header on the whole time. I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, underway here, getting the barley. Now, we don't have any way to pick up the straw, so, you know, as much as I would like to be able to pick up the straw, I just don't think it's really... There's really a reason to do so. None of the crops we're utilizing for Farm 2 really will have a purpose to, you know, have a baler or in a forage wagon, loading wagon, whatever. None of us, there's not going to be any reason for that to happen or to have that. So, while it might be nice to utilize it for the couple of fields that we may buy, like in this instance where we could get some straw up off the ground, I'm not quite sure it makes a whole lot of sense money-wise. Maybe we would break even. Maybe we'd make a few $1,000 extra. I'm not going to be worrying about it too much. We're just going to chop it and go at it from that approach. So this is extra money anyway, right? It's extra money. So we're going to put this into our silo. We put a silo down recently, and we're going to put that into the silo and just store it until it's the best time to sell it so we can get as much money as we possibly can get off of this field, which will be helpful. And once we're done harvesting it, we are going to plow it up and get it prepped and everything else like you normally would be used to seeing us do. And we'll probably put canola in there. I know we've got a lot of fields right now with canola, but it's just the way that things have worked out. And canola is going to be ready to drill here in a couple of months. So in my eyes, it just makes a lot of sense to go ahead and put canola in here so at least we have something in here and we make some money off of that. So we do have a decent amount of sunflower fields too. So it's not a huge deal, but... Yeah, hopefully you're doing well. Just recently, the Kinleg series, my Skyfin Aquafarm series, ended. I'm happy with how that ended. The last episode, I think, is pretty good. At least the beginning is pretty funny, if you haven't watched it yet. So that's gone. So that series is done for the time being. There's not going to be a continuation of Z's story for a little while, at least a little bit of a hiatus between that. So we've got one extra day now, a week that we didn't have prior. Not really, at least. And that's just going to be replaced with either the, either the Triple Threat Challenge or the Island Preservation Challenge. We're not going to be putting a new series there or anything like that, so we're just going to run an extra day of one of those two series, which is going to help those continue to move forward here, which is nice. Competitive one-tile challenge is going well. We don't have many episodes left. 7, I think. 7 now, something like that. So we're getting close. We are getting close to the end. We've already kind of been talking about what comes next after this. There is going to be a bit of a hiatus, at least in regard to doing a series with those two guys. Probably not until end of the year-ish type of thing. Maybe October, maybe September, October, maybe in that range. They just seem to be a little more available to do things. Obviously, right now we've been struggling to at least even get one episode out a week, so I think we're going to kind of focus on that. Might end up trying to get another type of a multiplayer series going with somebody else potentially in place of that here coming soon. We will see. But otherwise, things are good, man. Things are going really good. We finally started making some really, really good progress in the island preservation. I mean, really good progress. we're getting further and further away from utilizing the manual items. I love those manual, tools or whatever you want to call them. I love them. But that series, we really got to continue to get larger and get more and bigger equipment so we can get more stuff done and have more land and obviously do more with that land, right? So we're finally starting to get to that point. The harvesting is obviously going to be from the hand tool perspective for quite a while. Well, at least a little while longer. Probably at least another harvest, maybe 2, before we even consider making a change there. I'm going to have to, as I mentioned before, I'm going to have to look into the palletizer. I have not tested it. I have not looked at it. I have not done anything with it. But I'm going to have to look at that a little bit closer and see exactly what we can do with that palletizer. I like I said before, I don't expect that we will be able to do anything in regard to the silage with it. I mean, I hope we can, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So that means we still have to figure out what we're going to do with that silage, and really, I mean, what it's going to boil down to is putting down some kind of, cows, water buffalo, something like that, and turning that silage into TMR, right? That's really what it's going to end up being. But that is a ways out as well, right? That's a ways out. Going the cotton approach has helped tremendously. That's the real reason why we were able to start making these type of upgrades. So I'm very happy that we made that modification kind of midstream from the episodes that have been out, at least at that point, and kind of pivot towards that. I think it was the smart approach. We did make a few mistakes. We've made a lot of mistakes, as a matter of fact. It seems like everyone is. Even Krusty, who created it, is making mistakes. They're making, they're doing something that they're not supposed to be doing on accident, and had to, fix that as we move along. I put a poll out, and everyone seemed to be on the same wavelength to continue. There was about 77-ish% saying continue, and then the remaining saying to start over. I saw the positives and the negatives of both sides. Starting over would definitely be good from the things that we've learned, right? We would do things a lot differently the first couple of episodes, but continuing on is a little bit more, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a little more rewarding whenever we do start to succeed, right? From where we were and all the struggles we had to where we are now, right? So definitely positive and negatives there, but we're going with what all of you picked, and you said to continue, so that's what we're doing. What else? I think that's the only thing specifically series-wise to talk about. The Triple Threat Challenge is going well, but there's not really anything specifically to talk about there. Not anything, of besides the normal stuff that we've been doing, right? We got one of the fields we needed to get for part of the challenge, which is great, but we still got a long ways to go. But that series is going well. A lot of people are partaking in that series, which is awesome to see. Trying to keep up with everyone as much as I can. I will not be able to watch every episode. I apologize. I won't be able to. There's a lot of you, so there's not going to be a way that I can do every single episode, but I will try to watch one every once in a while just to see where you're at and where you've gone to, and it's always nice to see that, right? It's always, you watch one episode and you wait 4 or 5 episodes later and watch, the same series that, and you kind of see where they've gone to, right? What they've actually been able to produce, what they've been able to actually succeed in. It gives you some ideas yourself too, right? You might see something in there and think, well, that's actually a pretty good idea. I should consider doing that. If I would have, started the New Holland on time when I was there the first time, we would not be having this issue, but whatever. So a lot of you mentioned that you agree with my statement about, trying to move the main yard area. Right now, this is our yard, and it's going to be our yard for a little while. But eventually, for Farm 2, I'd like to move this more to a centralized location. Right now, it's in the very southern portion that we've kind of split off with our imaginary line for Farm 2, right? Which is that main road that kind of goes at a weird angle straight across the middle, and then if you just go straight from that point all the way over to where Field 76 is, and then those fields straight up, obviously, and to the left and down are all ours that we can use in Farm 2. Everything else will be for Farm 3 up above. Hopefully that makes sense, but anyway. it would be better if we were able to move our yards somewhere in like the where I would say like 56, 55 is, 54, somewhere in that region. I think that makes a little more sense. It's a little bit, you know, more centrally located to all the fields that we are eventually probably going to own. The odds are we're going to own every single field on this map, right? So, yeah, it's we'll see. We'll see, I guess. But that's kind of where I'm thinking, but I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't know exactly how, you know, the land there looks. Is it super hilly? Is it flat? I really don't know. I mean, a lot of Zielonka is flat, but it's not perfectly flat. There are definitely some little dips and bumps and hills here and there, but, you know, wherever we do purchase, we really want to hopefully have something that's relatively flat across the board, right? If it's not flat, it's going to be a little more difficult to be able to put anything down without having to do a whole lot of land manipulation. And I'm not saying we can't do any land manipulation. We can. But it would probably be, you know, better for us if we, I don't know, had something that was already relatively flat so we didn't have to do a whole lot of land manipulation, right? Just makes things look better, makes things neater and cleaner. There is something to be said if you do spend a lot of money on terraforming and making things really look good, but maybe at some point we'll have that money, and we're getting a good amount of money. I'm not saying we're not. We're making a really good amount of money here every month, but I don't think we're quite there yet. We still have a lot of things to do, right? We have a lot of things to buy. We haven't even started Farm 3 yet, which I guess I should say if you're new and you stumbled across this, everything's down below, but there's a bunch of different rules to this series, but the series is essentially going to run for the eternity of FS25. Yeah, there's 3 different farms. You can't use the same equipment for any farm, so that's why I'm saying, you know, having 2 centrally located farms in our instance, because our first farm is a greenhouse farm. We're not going to need much more than what we already have there. We actually have accomplished everything we need to accomplish for Farm 1 already. But we'll continue to expand Farm 1, but it probably won't be a massive amount of expansion. If we do expand it, it's going to be like 1 field, maybe, 1 other field we buy. Probably not more than that. I can't imagine it being more than that. And it maybe not even be that. I don't know. So we're on the final little strip here of this barley. Then we're going to have to get the plow and come on over here with the plow. And then we're going to have to put lime down. It's probably all we'll have to do at that point. I guess I should have had this on for you the entire time. I always forget to turn this on. I know everyone likes to see it, especially since I'm utilizing precision farming, but we'll have it on for the lime. I'll tell you that much. We'll have it on for the lime, for sure. What else? Do I have anything else? I don't think I do. So we'll get the rest of this done. There's a few more seconds here, and this is going to be done. We'll get it unloaded, get it carted back, drop it off in the silo, get the trailer and everything back, get the harvester back, all that stuff, and then we'll get the plow hooked up to the New Holland, come on over here, plow this up, and then we'll come over here and do the lime. And we'll see where we're at. If we have a long enough time lapse between all of that and we need to stop the time lapse before we lime, then so be it. But we'll see where we get to, and we'll go from there. Okay, well this is weird. I wasn't expecting it to show no field course. I didn't do anything to this field. This is a standard field. But it's acting like there's nothing here for it, so whatever. Guess we'll do it ourselves. Anyway, I decided to make an upgrade to the plow. We talked about that for a while, and I kind of was putting it off, but I decided, you know what, let's go for it. And so that's what we did. So we got an upgrade on the plow. It's going to help us tremendously as we move forward, right? It's such a wide plow that is going to be a huge help to us as we move forward here. And we're out of lime, of course. Means I got to go buy more. So I decided, you know, let's get the bigger plow. It'll make things faster overall, and as we can continue to expand here, just pulling up the big map here, there's a lot of fields down here in the bottom, more so than the top. Their top are still some really good large-size fields, but I would say the bottom has the bigger of the portions for the most part, with the exception of maybe 48, 49. We're going to need that bigger plow, right? We're going to need it. It's going to be a huge help for these fields specifically. And field 54, when that happens, that is a gigantic field. That's by far the biggest field on the map, right? So, yeah, it's going to help. It's going to help big time. And we'll probably kind of continue to do that as we move along here. You know, make some upgrades. We probably need a bigger harvester at some point. Harvester we have now is fantastic. It's great. But really we need one that, you know, can manage a larger header on the front of it, so we can get that stuff done a little bit quicker, because we have a lot of fields now, right? We've got a lot of fields that we're dealing with, so I'm just going to fill this thing up. It's not that expensive. So anyways, you know, having the larger pieces of equipment is just going to help us tremendously as we move along. So let's head on over here and get this finished. Okay, we are back. I'm trying to shrink down the spread width here. I don't know how small I have it now. Well, that's too much. Just don't want to waste all the lime if I can help it, because we didn't really go about the field right down the middle like we should have. And maybe that's the reason why it was saying no field course available or whatever, right? Maybe that was the problem, is that it was saying it's... You know, the actual piece of equipment itself could just go right down the middle and it wouldn't be a problem, right? So let's turn around here and try to go down the middle. Let's make sure we get it the wide spread again. Somewhere in this range, it looks like. There we go. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything. Yep, looks good. All right, perfect. All right, so we'll bring this back. Now, that's the main things that we needed to accomplish today, right? This field is in a good spot now. At least the pH value should be pretty much perfect. It is. So it's just a matter of us drilling that. Obviously, we can't drill anything in there for a little while longer. Canola is August, so we got 2 months before we can really put anything in there. Because Farm 2 is a oil farm. So we can do sunflower oil, canola oil, or any other oils that we can come up with. You know, it's a base game. It doesn't have any of the extra stuff, so it's literally just going to be those two. But I did say we are going to start incorporating some of the mods, and there's a mod that does like petroleum, like that kind of oil. So I would like to start incorporating that soon, but we need a lot of land for that, and we need a lot of money for that. We need... Near it makes no difference. I think $550,000 to $600,000. It's a lot of money to get that rolling, but I am excited to do that. We had that installed for the competitive one-tile challenge. We ended up never utilizing it. None of us did. We all wanted that installed because we thought about doing it, but none of us actually ended up doing it. Well, I guess there's still a chance somebody could. I don't think it's worth to do at this point, but there's still a chance somebody could, I guess. But I'm going to utilize it here, right? I'm gonna put that to use here, and we're going to figure it out together, because I don't know what I'm doing with that, but we will figure it out. The crude oil, there's a lot of things you can do with that. So I think there's some very basic stuff you can do, which you can just make a small amount of money off of, but we're going to try to do the whole operation, refinement, etc., everything. So we'll see as things move along there. So we're done on Farm 2, so let's head up to Farm 1 here. I talked about one of the other things we needed to do, which was buy some seeds and dump that into our wood greenhouse here. We were very low. It might already be out by this point. Now, the problem we have is... No, we don't have a problem. Never mind. I was going to say the problem we have is we don't have that trailer anymore, but we can just use the semi, right? Why wouldn't we just use the semi? I don't know what I'm thinking there. I'm just going to be very specific about the amount of seeds I buy here. I can't buy tons of seeds here. I've got to buy a small amount. So, let me see here. What do we got? What do we got? Where's it at? There it is. 10,000 liters of seeds. So, we have a little bit of seeds left in there, so I'm going to try to buy 9,000. It's probably going to be difficult for me to try to stop it right exactly at 9,000, but somewhere in that 9,000 range should be sufficient for us. I think I went the wrong way. Definitely went the wrong way. All right, it's going slower than I thought. I thought this one flew, but I was wrong. A little bit more than I wanted to buy there, but that actually should be very close to exactly 10,000 liters of seeds, which is good for us. I'm on semi. Get it together. I know it's sand or whatever this is. It's difficult, I know, but I'm on. You can do it. You can do it. Really struggling. Okay, why can't we get the seeds in there? What's happening here? Am I missing something? Guess I wasn't close enough, which is weird. I thought I was plenty close enough, but I guess I wasn't. Alright, so that gets us literally almost there. So, yeah. Things are good. They're solid. Wow, we got liquid fertilizer in there too now. So we did get liquid fertilizer in there. Dang it. I didn't think we were going to get anything in there, but we did. But everything else is maxed out, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. Well, I guess we'll turn on the liquid fertilizer then. Oh, we already had it on. Never mind. Did we have liquid fertilizer in there? Why did we have liquid fertilizer in there? I forgot about that. Oh, well. Well, anyway, we are going to leave the episode at this point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. Thanks to my members for all their continued support. There is a link down below if you want early access to videos like this one. Make sure you check out my second channel, check out the Discord. All that stuff is down below as always. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your continued support, and I'll see you next time.